Good morning, guys. Welcome to the No Amusement Sports Show. This is your host, Trenton Delaney, yours truly. And then we got our guy, Jackson Harris. He's not here today, but shout out him. We're going to go straight into week one, how teams did good and bad. And then we're going to go straight into week two, my predictions, yours truly. So let's get into it, guys. First off, we're going to talk about my Cleveland Browns. We got the dub. Finally, I thought I was going to have to quit on this team early, but it's week one. We can't have a headache. It's still week two. 0-2 teams out there. Just relax. I know 0-2 teams usually don't make the playoffs, but guys, don't overreact when your team goes 0-2. The NFL is insane. The NFL is weird. So weird things can happen. Don't have to stress about that. But first off, we're going to talk about my Cleveland Browns. Shout out my Cleveland Browns, guys. I got my computer to the side just to look stuff up just in case, because I watched a lot of the games, but it's hard to remember exactly every single stat in every single game. But first off, I do want to talk about here. Let me just pull up these stats really quick. My boy Deshaun Watson. First off, let's get into Deshaun Watson. He's battling another sexual assault case that is pinned on him back in 2020. I'm not going to say if I like the person or not. I just like the team. Do I agree if he should be in the NFL? That's more to be said. But let's just say I don't think it's fair for Josh Gordon to be kicked out of the league for using marijuana when Watson has all these cases. That's all I have to say about that, guys. But anyways, as he's battling that, the Browns can still void his contract regardless of how good he played, how bad he played, however you guys want to put it. The Browns can void his contract still if he gets suspended. Y'all go check that out. Paragraph 42, it's in there. Go look it up on the internet. But anyway, let's get into my boy Deshaun Watson, how good he played. I personally think Deshaun Watson didn't play bad, okay? Especially the first quarter. First quarter, I thought he looked really good, pretty good. You can't blame the quarterback not doing good if players aren't going to catch the ball. Amari Cooper, you got to do better. It looks like Jerry Jeudy's evolving as the number one wide receiver. Amari Cooper, you got to pick it up, man. I know it's week two, but he just keeps dropping the ball. So, because I promise you, if players didn't drop the ball as much as they did, Watson would look a lot better. You could say that about every team too. But I'm going to give Watson about a B- in this game. After quarter two, we started getting sloppy, not extending the plays. We were running the ball pretty well, which is good. But we just couldn't score anymore. It's like the momentum dropped. And then our defense carried. Our punter, Bajorquez, came through, won the game. Thank you so much. Great punt at the end. But a win is a win. No matter if you win by an inch, a mile, win is a win. Got the W. We're on to the Giants next week. But yeah, Deshaun Watson threw 186 yards, no picks, no interceptions, got a rushing touchdown. He got sacked a few times, but he completed 22 of 34 attempts. So yeah, a lot of drop balls. A lot better than first game. The first game he only got a touchdown. He got a touchdown and 2 interceptions. I don't even count the touchdown because it was a sloppy touchdown. It's garbage time anyway. But anyways, guys, I give the Browns about a C+ in this game. We got the dub on the road, which is tough for the Cleveland Browns if you watch the Browns. But yeah, we're going to get into more of the AFC North because it's really interesting how teams from last year in the AFC North are just going downhill. So we're going to get more into it, guys. I'm not going to be a biased fan either. I don't expect Deshaun Watson to be like unbelievable. We just need someone competent at quarterback. The Steelers have been playing really well. They only won by like 7 points against the Broncos. If the Broncos had more time, I bet they could have came back. I'm not really gonna hype up the Steelers too much right now. They played a few garbage teams. They played the Broncos and the Falcons. I know the Falcons beat the Philly, but I need the Steelers to beat a better team. I know the Browns only beat the Jags and we lost to the Cowboys, but you know, I'm not saying the Browns are all that right now. We're decent. I think the Steelers are decent, even though they're 2-0. But I need to see more from the Steelers. I do like how they're using Justin Fields now. I'm wondering if they're trading Russell Wilson. Something to look out for, especially the Vikings might trade for a quarterback. So definitely look out for that. And then also, what I want to get more into is the Bengals. You know, a few years ago, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, and now they just went downhill. And the Browns beat them every year, once or twice a year. Joe Burrow only beat the Browns one time, I think. Besides talking about the Browns, Jamar Chase put a $50 million, not a $50, $50 million protection on himself because the Bengals won't pay him what he wants. Even though he has 2 years left, I bet he holds out at some point in this season or next season. So it's just going downhill from there. If they don't figure that out, he's going to get traded. The chemistry looks lost. I know people are saying the thing about the water bottle with Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's something with his wrist, dude. It's always been like that ever since that injury. I hope they can get better, but I feel like this is the year where they either come in last or third, even though that they start 0-2. If you guys want to research, teams that start 0-2 usually don't make the playoffs. So, and that even goes for the Ravens. Y'all can say the Ravens got screwed and stuff like that. You know, the Ravens haven't been playing good. Y'all can say what you want. I'll even pull up the stats right here. Let's go down here. So Lamar Jackson has only thrown he's thrown 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's not too bad. But hang on, let me get to but his QBR is 55. It's not the greatest, but the one thing is, dude, they're not using Mark Andrews. First off, Isaiah Likely, he's all right, but you need to use your guy that you've been using for the past, 5 years, dude. Mark Andrews, top 5 tight end in the league. You're not using him. You're not winning games. Something going on there. Overhyping these Ravens too much. I even came into the year saying that the Ravens were overhyped. I think that they still make the playoffs somehow, and they break that record of making the playoffs going 0-2. But it's not looking good for them. I know that their offense isn't looking good. Their wide receivers aren't really that good. Derrick Henry's all right, but that team's just really not cut, I feel like, this year. But we'll see. It's week 2, so I'm not going to overreact about the teams. But the Browns are 1-1. Bengals are 1-1. No, not the Bengals. The Steelers are 2-0. The Bengals are 0-2, and the Ravens are 0-2. So I'm also going to tell you guys my week 2 shockers. First off, I'm going to get into my boy Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, obviously, he's been hurt. Obviously, people say he's too small. His height is a disadvantage. And also, there's been speculation that he just doesn't watch film or do any of the plays. But I'm going to tell you guys this right now. As seeing week 2 come along, I know that they blew out the Rams. Whenever he scrambles in the pocket, that height advantage is huge. He is so small, dude. He can move around guys and they can't catch him. It's just insane. He puts guys on skates. I'll even pull up his stats right here. I was watching the game because obviously I have Marvin Harrison on my fantasy. Shout out Marvin Harrison for this past week. He's got 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. QBR is a 91, really good. Especially against the Rams. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Only got sacked 1 time. Previous to Buffalo, he got sacked 4 times. But guys, I even called it before the season even started. I think the Cardinals are going to be a sneaky team this year. I'm thinking at least 9 wins, 8, 9 wins. I know it's still early, but this team's doing pretty well. And I expect high things from them to especially carry over that momentum. This team's looking really well. Defense is young. They're doing pretty good. Marvin Harrison especially, 4 targets for like 130 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, like looking really well, Marvin. I know you didn't really get the ball in the first game, but it's week 1, you're a rookie. I don't expect you to get 500 targets every game. But anyway, looking really good. This team's looking great. Kyler Murray's finally coming back to his form after being injured. Might even be a case for comeback player of the year. Who knows? But shout out to the Cardinals. On the Rams part, I do have to say it's unfortunate that Aaron Donald left because this defense is sad without him. The defense can't stop anybody. I know it's week 2, like I keep saying, but because I don't want to overreact, but it's sad because it seems like players can just do whatever they want on the Rams defense. Maybe it's their scheme, maybe it's not, maybe it's the players not being good enough. I have no clue. But anyways, it's unfortunate that Puka Nacua got hurt. It's unfortunate that they're battling all these injuries, all this adversity. Cooper Kupp got hurt. So it's kind of just Matthew Stafford out there like how LeBron was in the finals against KD and all them. Basically all by himself back in 2018. So hopefully Matthew Stafford can carry the Rams just like LeBron did in 2018 all the way to the finals. But who knows? It's going to be tough. But I'm going to give you guys another shocker of mine. Another huge shocker. As a Browns fan, I do have to say the Browns can't develop a quarterback correctly. Obviously, Baker Mayfield. I'm going to say this one last time. It is week 2. Baker Mayfield is looking like a top 5 quarterback. And it's funny to see all these analysts like say, oh my gosh, Baker's so good when they were trashing him in Cleveland. Baker played all right in Cleveland. He played good enough to win games, but he wasn't the guy. And I'm not saying Watson's the guy because it's not looking like that either. But the Browns just can't develop a quarterback, it seems like. That's our biggest trouble. We basically have a Bugatti with nice interior, nice rims, everything you want, tinted windows, all of it, nice speaker system. And we just got a blind person driving the car. We don't even have someone with 20/20 vision. We don't even have someone with glasses on. We have somebody that literally physically can't see while driving. So that's unfortunate for the Browns. But I'm going to give Baker Mayfield his props. Baker played decent in Cleveland, not good enough. I'm sick of people saying he played unreal and like the Browns trashed him. Because I guarantee half of you guys were like, oh, Baker's trash. Baker's force-feeding Odell. Baker's throwing a bunch of interceptions. Baker's a one-read quarterback. Baker just sits in the pocket and doesn't throw the ball away. So if y'all aren't sure about that, go check out the highlights. But I'm shouting out Baker Mayfield right now. This previous game, he played okay, good enough to win, and that's fine. He got 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 185 yards. He is working really well with Chris Godwin. I don't know what it is. That chemistry is just one of one. Great chemistry, great idea. As soon as they moved from Tom Brady, they brought Baker Mayfield in, gave him his chance, man. It's just looking like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's looking okay. Not saying he's Baker, but he's looking okay. But he might be able to fit in that system. But when J.J. McCarthy comes back, he's probably going to start. Anyways, I'm going to stick to Baker. I think Baker will keep this up. I think he's going to throw picks time to time because he takes a risk. And that's what I liked about Baker. He takes a risk in the games. He throws the ball pretty hard. He throws it through tight windows. And sometimes it doesn't go well, but that's okay. He's 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not bad. That's against Washington, too. Shout out Washington. I think that they won off field goals, which is crazy. But yeah, I expect big things from Baker, man. Baker's very underrated this year. He might even win comeback player of the year, but I still think it's going to be Kyler or Aaron Rodgers or even Alvin Kamara. Who knows? But Baker Mayfield is playing out of his mind right now. Destroyed the Lions. They won in a tight game. I'm very proud of Baker, man. I know I'm a Browns fan, but I expect big things from Baker, and I hope that they win it all, honestly. Another thing that we're going to get into is we're going to talk about one more shocker. We're going to talk about my guy, Derek Carr. Derek Carr is playing out of his mind too, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, these are big shockers for me, dude. Derek Carr also has 5 touchdowns and 1 interception compared to Baker. I know that they played the Panthers, and that's literally a W. I don't know what's going on with the Panthers. They can't figure out their quarterback situation. They just can't do anything. They're basically the 2016 Cleveland Browns. It's a free win for every team. So sorry to see Bryce Young struggle in that team. I hope he gets traded. We can't develop him anyways in Cleveland, so I hope that we don't trade for him or draft a quarterback or anything. We should just put Myles Garrett at quarterback, honestly. But anyway, Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, thank you, because he's on my fantasy team. 4 touchdowns this previous... 4! Not 1, not 2, not 3. 4 touchdowns this last game. Crazy. Y'all who sat him are sorry. Are very sorry, because, man, I'm telling you what, this team is looking good. I know that they beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys were supposed to be good after beating the Browns. See, the NFL is weird because good teams can lose weirdly to, like, bad teams or decent. Who knows, man? They're professionals at the end of the day. But 2-0 for Derek Carr, man. It looks like he's fitting in the system very well. It looks like they finally found a team that loves him. Players that trust him, dude. They got offense all over the field. Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, like, dude, they got Rashid, dude. They got dogs everywhere, dude. I love this team. I expect big things from them. I even think Derek Carr could make the Pro Bowl this year, or even win comeback player of the year. Who knows, dude? He could maybe even win MVP. Any of those guys that I named off, Kyler Murray, Baker. Who knows, dude? I gotta get a sip really quick. Team is looking insane, dude. Derek Carr, he's looking like a dog right now. Momentum is building. I expect them to win a few more. Same with Baker. Especially Kyler Murray. After blowing someone out like that, that momentum's supposed to carry over. So I expect them to keep doing good things. I'm also going to run through... I'm going to talk about a few of these games right here from this previous week because I can't remember who beat who, every game. That's hard to remember. So, the 49ers versus the Vikings. The Vikings beat them in a shocker with that crazy touchdown by Justin Jefferson, guys. That's crazy. Without Christian McCaffrey, this team is a little bit worse. Not even a little bit, probably a lot worse. I think having 2 good running backs is important. Jordan Mason isn't bad. Seen him in week 1. But you can't lose one of your best players at the beginning of the season because you could lose random games just like this. Because when you had Christian McCaffrey, players are specifically pinning to him, and he would be a decoy sometimes. So it's important to have those guys healthy, especially Deebo Samuels. You missed out on him. Thank God you have Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. But that's a shocker. I expected the Jets to come back and win a game. Y'all can say Aaron Rodgers is washed, whatever. I think Aaron Rodgers can get back into form here, guys. He's 1-1. They beat the Titans. Not the greatest team. I still don't know why DeAndre Hopkins isn't getting targets. If y'all have him in fantasy, just sit him right now. I wouldn't play him right now. Obviously, he's only gotten me 1 point past 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on with that team. But they obviously don't like Will Levis. But anyways, Aaron Rodgers, he's going to pick up his form. Think about it, guys. You get traded to a team. You haven't played in a year. You come back, play for that team. You haven't played in their scheme before. Got to know the players. Got to learn your chemistry. Got to in-game motion. It's hard to pick up in-game speed coming back after a year with some new teams. So I expect to be patient with Aaron Rodgers. If he throws 2 picks and loses next game, I'm not going to give up on him. But yeah, shout out to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, 1-1. I expect them to keep improving. The Seahawks versus the Patriots, no brainer. The Seahawks won. The Patriots almost came and won, but I don't expect the Patriots to do much. They're still rebuilding, I think. I like Jacoby Brissett. Obviously, I'm a Browns fan, but I don't expect them to do anything, guys. The Seahawks, Geno Smith is still pretty good. He's a decent quarterback. I compare him to, someone like Derek Carr of that caliber. No, not Derek Carr. Kirk Cousins of that caliber. So, nothing too crazy there. The Packers versus the Colts. Okay, so the Packers beat the Colts. Anthony Richardson looked like garbage, but I'm not giving up on him either. It's his second. It's technically its first year because he got hurt at the beginning of last year. So I'm not giving up on him. I think they need to target more players like Michael Pittman Jr. You got to catch the ball too, man. Need to see better defense out there. Packers are adjusting without Jordan Love and still winning, which is pretty good. Obviously, the Browns and Jaguars, we already talked about that. The Raiders and Ravens, we already talked about that. Saints and Cowboys, we already talked about that. The Giants and Commanders. This looked like Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Just kicking back kicks, field goals to win games. Very fun game to watch, I guess, if you like to watch kicks happen. But yeah, they won off field goals. Shout out to the Commanders for making like 6 field goals. 7? Was it 7? 3, 6, 9, 12, 58. Yeah, 7 field goals. Shout out to that kicker. Obviously, he should get the game ball. Rams and Cardinals. Already talked about that. Steelers, Broncos, already discussed. The Bengals and the Chiefs. This is where people start saying the refs are for the Chiefs. Obviously, guys, I'm not going to say that. I still think the Bengals are a complete mess right now. I don't know how the Chiefs are winning without throwing to Travis Kelce. They're pretty much getting lucky over there. The Bears and Texans. The Texans won, and the Bears lost. I think C.J. Stroud could be early season MVP as well. Bears fans, don't worry. The old Bears would get blown out by the Texans, so it looks like you guys are coming close. Y'all lost Keenan Allen, so I won't even be worried about that. I have faith in the Bears to come back. Maybe later in the season to be better. If not next year, y'all will be good. But I expect big things from the Bears to at least maybe make a wild card or something like that in the near future. The Falcons and the Eagles, I'm shocked. If y'all watched the end of that game, minute left, it's like you could feel that they were going to win the game. Kirk Cousins was on a roll, throwing to Kyle Pitts finally, throwing, I think, to Drake London down the field, and just moving the ball, like, really good. Like, this team looked really good, guys. If not, go watch that. That was fun to watch. It's like, feel the momentum building. They're about to win. It's just, I love games like that when you just know, like, oh, got a minute and 30 left, like, and they just start moving the ball, and you're like, man, they're about to win in a minute and 30 seconds. It's pretty crazy. It's like a dream come true for the Falcons fans. I think Kirk Cousins can clean it up. Obviously, I compare him to, what's his name? Jacoby Brissett. Compare him to him. He could win you games. He's not going to win you the Super Bowl, though. He's going to win you games where it's good enough. Just in my opinion, guys. We're going to go now into week 2. We're going to talk about week 2, guys. I know I'm jibber-jabbering a lot. So let me get a water break. Thursday night football. We got the Patriots and the Jets. My predictions, I'm taking the Jets. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's coming back to form. Maybe he's still a little bit rusty. I don't expect the Patriots to do much. I would say 24-14 here, Jets. Now we're going to say Bears and the Colts. This is a tough game because both teams are struggling. They are, hungry for a win. Man, and Keenan Allen's out, man. I expect the Colts to win, but I don't know, guys. That's going to be a tough one. I really want to pick the Bears, but I just somehow feel the Colts coming back because I feel like Anthony Richardson's going to come prepared this time because he didn't play good. So he's definitely going to go into practice and play a lot better. Now we're going to do Chargers and Steelers. The Chargers are looking good, fellas. I don't even think I even mentioned the Chargers, did I? Oh, Chargers and Panthers Chargers blew out the Panthers. That's why I really didn't talk about it. J.K. Dobbins, Ohio State, baby. I'm glad I drafted him too. Hope y'all drafted him. He's looking good. I think Hardball really doing a really good run offense here, just like how he did in Michigan. Michigan's lost without him. I don't care what you Michigan fans say. Y'all are lost without Hardball. So I expect this to be a tough game. I can even see the Chargers pulling it out. It's pretty surprising how good the Chargers are playing, especially losing Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. Obviously, those guys are old, but still. I felt like they got worse, but looks like they got better. But they still have Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. I expect the Chargers to win this game, guys. Not because I'm a Browns fan. Not because I'm being biased. Because I'm not. I just expect the Chargers to come out and win this game. I know that the Steelers' run defense is really good, but I expect the Chargers to somehow come out and win this game. We got the Eagles and the Saints. The Saints are on a roll. The Eagles just lost. I expect the Eagles to come back and win this game. They're mad about their last game, obviously. Even though that the Saints are winning, I don't expect this to continue every game. I think this is where they stop and lose one game, and then they'll bounce back the next week. So I got the Eagles. The Packers and the Titans, both teams are struggling at quarterback position. I don't expect the Titans to keep losing. I think that they'll grab this win. The Texans and Vikings, I'm going to go quarterback to quarterback. I'm taking C.J. Stroud any day of the week over Sam Darnold. Just don't trust Sam Darnold, fellas. The Giants and the Browns. Obviously, I'm going to take the Browns, not because I'm a Browns fan. Daniel Jones is struggling. They're lost. And obviously playing top 5 defense and Myles Garrett. I expect them to lose. I think our defense comes up big here. Maybe Watson throws a touchdown or two, a pick. Don't expect him to be a game changer, obviously. Just to win us some games. Broncos and Buccaneers. I expect the Buccaneers to keep this rolling, and then I think Sean Payton might get fired here at sometime in the season, even though that they traded for him, which is crazy, trading for a coach. He doesn't even fit your team. I think the Bucs continue to win, fellas. So let's go Buccaneers. The Dolphins and the Seahawks. It's tough. I think the Dolphins somehow come out and win. Only if Tyreek Hill plays, obviously. If not, the Seahawks will win. So I'm going to take the Seahawks on this one. Tua got hurt. Hope he gets back. It's unfortunate. Panthers and Raiders. I expect the Raiders to win. Panthers, I don't know what they're doing. Obviously, 2016 Browns flashback or Lions 0-16 season. I expect this team to maybe win 1 or 2 games this year. Sorry, Panthers fans. Ravens and Cowboys. All right, this is a good one. This is a good one because I have no clue who to pick here. I really don't expect the Ravens to lose any more games. but I think it's at home at the Cowboys. Guys, I got to pick the Cowboys. And I hope that the Cowboys win because then the Ravens would be 0-3. Good luck making the playoffs going 0-3, baby. So let's go, Cowboys. Can't believe I'm saying that after y'all beat us, but let's go Cowboys, man. 49ers and Rams. We're going to pick the 49ers to win this game. Matthew Stafford has nobody, and I don't expect him to do anything because when he had nobody on the Lions, he couldn't do anything anyway. So they're moving on. The Lions and Cardinals. This is tough. This is a tough one. I expect the Cardinals to somehow win. Jared Goff, you're going to lose another game. That's okay. Y'all are going to bounce back. Y'all are going to lose to the Cardinals, though. Chiefs and Falcons, baby. Expect the Chiefs to win. They're finally going to pass it to Travis Kelce. Y'all better not bench him. He's going to get 2 touchdowns this game and about 135 yards. Y'all better not bench him. He's coming back to play. He's fooling y'all with the fantasy. He wants y'all to bench him and drop him so I can pick him up, baby. Let's go. Let's go. But yes, that is my week's predictions for this week. I expect Watson to somehow do decent again. We'll see what happens. But guys, shout out to all my fans. This is the No Amusement Sports Show. Peace out, fellas.